slow fashion video. This week I am chatting all about secondhand shopping and all of my little tips and tricks meshed together on how you can shop secondhand like a pro and actually find really great pieces. Quick interlude from future Alyssa. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I'm just so excited because I just recently launched my very first live workshop. I'm going to be in Toronto. I've got a full day booked where I dive deeper into mindful consumption and slow fashion tips. And I've also got a mindfulness and wellness expert coming in, as well as a beauty expert coming in. So I think it's going to be a great day. And I just wanted to let you know because I'm so excited. Tickets are on sale. Early bird price is still up. So if you're in Toronto or near the area, I would absolutely love to meet you in real life. Because I am responsible for paying the venue and the food and everything, I have to sell a certain number of tickets by the end of February. So if I haven't hit that number, then the workshop won't go through, but you will absolutely get a refund if you did buy a ticket. But I'm really hoping enough of you will buy tickets so that we can go ahead with this, because I think it's going to be a really cool day. Anyway, all the details are down below. I will link that for you. Okay, let's get back to thrifting. Secondhand shopping can be extremely beneficial to yourself and the environment, and also your wallet. This statistic just blew my mind. Buying one secondhand garment reduces its carbon footprint by 82%. This is bananas. This is a new statistic to me. I found it on the ThredUp report. Secondhand shopping can also be a great way to inject those more higher end or aspirational items in your closet. For example, if you're looking for a very high-end designer bag and wouldn't be able to afford it at full price, you'll be able to find one secondhand for about a fraction of the cost. My first tip is to, number one, shop with a list. And this in fact goes with any shopping, in my opinion, not just secondhand, but the clearer your vision is of what you need and what you want in your closet, the easier it is for you to know what section you're going to shop in, what colors you're going to look for, and those items that you actually need will tend to kind of jump out at you a little bit easier from the racks. I actually go a little bit deeper beyond just looking for the one item, and I try to specify it by a certain color or a certain texture or a specific hem length that I'm looking for. This allows me to quickly scan small sections at a time and quickly identify, because it's so much easier for our eyes to jump on a texture or a color versus, you know, a general term like jacket. And when it comes to hem length, this is especially helpful when looking for skirts and dresses, because you can just kind of scan the bottom of the racks so that if you're looking for a midi or a maxi, that's easy to identify and you can kind of zone in really quickly on those pieces. Now, even with those tips, it might not be easy to find what you're looking for. And I think this is one of the most important tenets of secondhand shopping, and that is to be very patient and to allow yourself a solid window of time to shop. Because if you go in there quick and stressed and like expecting to find something right away, it's most likely not going to happen. And you'll walk out frustrated and never want to secondhand shop again, which is no good. It's a lot of fun. Being open-minded is also incredibly helpful because it allows you to reimagine a certain piece if it's not quite what you're looking for. You could, for example, change buttons out on a blazer or a jacket, or get something tailored so that it fits you just right. Sections that I think are really important to check always are the menswear section. And this goes for all thrift, consignment, and vintage boutiques, specifically because you can find great oversized pieces in the men's section, but also because menswear is typically priced lower than women's. Try everything on and never discriminate on size. Check all the size sections for what you're looking for, and even if you find something in your size, it's really, really important to still try it on. Be open-minded, because you might miss out on something just because it's not your size. I don't know why, but it's like a female thing to just not enjoy going to the change room and trying things on. I always thrift shop, and this is especially important if you're going to flea markets and things like that, because there are often no change rooms. So it's really important to wear either leggings and a camisole or things that you can easily peel away that are very form-fitted, so that you can quickly try on pieces without having to get completely naked in front of other people, or you can avoid the change room. There is a reason why you should go near the change rooms, however, and that is the discard rack. You can find some great pieces in there, because chances are, if they were already picked up and tried on, they were some of the really good pieces. So beeline to that discard rack right away. When it comes to purchasing footwear, depending on the consignment boutique and the owner and the vibe in that store, you can do this, but especially when thrifting, if I see a pair of shoes that I like, I put them on and I continue to browse the rest of that section wearing those shoes. They've already been worn, I'm not wearing them outside, and it gives me a chance to figure out if they're actually going to be comfortable or not. I always ask the staff what day their stock typically goes out on the floor. Most of the time with consignment and even vintage and thrift stores, stock just regularly comes in and gets replenished, but typically there's one day where they do a bigger restock. When it comes to actually determining which thrift or consignment shops are the best, I tend to seek out the ones that are in more affluent or mature neighborhoods, because the discards from those households are likely going to be either higher quality or higher end items. If you're shopping at locally owned thrift stores or boutiques or a flea market, for example, I always bring cash. I think there's no harm in negotiating, even if it's just tax off, especially if you think the garment is overpriced. Then having cash can always help your case a little bit. Even though I have a list and I'm quite disciplined when I shop, it's still really easy to get carried away with secondhand shopping and thrifting and even vintage. Ultimately, I think it's still really important to be as discerning and disciplined when you secondhand shop as when you shop in a normal retail store. And this is because, you know, an unworn garment is still an unworn garment that could be worn by someone else who would be enjoying it. I think conscious consumption isn't just about seeking out, you know, sustainable or ethically made clothing. It's about looking at ourselves and inside and really thinking about how we consume our garments and are we getting the most out of them by wearing them and loving them and being creative with them. So if it's not a piece that you 100% love, just because it costs $2, I still don't think that warrants the purchase. This next one is more important if you are thrifting or at a flea market, but it's really important to check for any signs of wear and tear that you know you're not going to want to put time or effort into fixing. Finally, if you're new to secondhand shopping, I would definitely recommend starting out with the online secondhand retailers, whether it's a ThredUp or something higher end like The RealReal. It's so much easier to filter through all of the options like size, color, specific garment. You can even search by brand if you like. So it's a good way to kind of dip your toe into secondhand shopping if that's something new for you. So that's it. All of those tips wrapped in one video. I hope you liked it. I hope you find these tips useful. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it or if you learned something new. And please, in the comments below, I would love to know if you have any secret secondhand shopping tips that you can share with us all, so we can all become experts and have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead. Thank you so much for watching. Did I say subscribe? Subscribe if you haven't already. Sorry if I already said that. Okay, ciao!